Hey there, it's Johanna, and let's talk about when our growth kind of seems like a step backwards to other people. So, a few years ago, I chose to step down from leading discussion groups in a particular organization. I just didn't really agree with the beliefs and teachings of that organization anymore. But for a while, I had been pretending because I was afraid of losing relationships. I was afraid that people would think less of me. Being in that role was part of how I had tried to prove that I was good. But after a while, I couldn't stand it anymore. I couldn't do it. The difference between who I was and who I was pretending to be was just too big. And the more I tried to fit in still in that organization, the more I was just proving to myself that I didn't really belong there. And I was trying to hold it together on the outside and act like everything was fine. But on the inside, I was feeling more and more resentful and cynical and just really lonely. So eventually I told the woman who would need to find my replacement about my decision. And I think we both agreed that I had changed, but we saw that change very differently. To her, I was struggling. I needed rest. I needed encouragement. I needed her care and guidance to get back to where I was supposed to be. To her, my growth looked like a step backwards. But for me, I was stepping into something new, something exciting, while also grieving a way of being that I had outgrown and, fearing that I might lose people I love along the way. I needed a lot of strength and courage and resilience and integrity as I kept moving into a new way of being that felt so uncertain, but also really full of possibility and hope and truth. And I didn't want to go back to just trying to be a version of myself that I knew would be accepted. I had expanded my understanding and experience, and in order to go back to the way other people thought I was supposed to be, I'd have to wall off this part of myself. And, we talk about how change and growth can be really uncomfortable. And this experience highlighted for me this reminder that, yeah, it's uncomfortable for me. And it can be pretty uncomfortable for people around me as well, for so many reasons. People get used to us being a certain way. So if we start acting or speaking differently, that can feel kind of scary. And sometimes our growth maybe changes the dynamics in a relationship, and people might feel like they're losing control. And, sometimes people, when the way we have changed doesn't line up with the way they think we're supposed to be, they might be afraid that we're headed down a bad path. And, they, just as we might fear that we're going to lose relationships as we change, the people around us might also fear that we're going to leave them behind. And also, when we change, it can feel like a judgment, a criticism, if they haven't changed. And that can bring up a whole lot of other things. And so, change can feel scary. It can feel uncomfortable, and it can lead people to believe that, the ways we're growing and changing are actually a step backward, that they're not a good thing. And this is just a few of the many, many reasons that can be the case. And when we change, some people, they will be really encouraging and supportive, whether or not they understand. And other people, they might try and push us to change back for all of these reasons and more. So I will be back next time with some thoughts on, okay, what do we do with that? For today, I'm curious, have you had this experience where you change in some way and you get pushback from other people like, hey, whether overtly or pretty subtly, like change back? And, how did that feel and how did you respond to that? So leave a comment, send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'll be back with more soon. In the meantime, remember, you can trust yourself.